Hi all and welcome back to the channel. Today, wiper day. I will take the wiper arms off and the wiper engine also, and all the mechanics around it, so stay tuned and let's get into it. So first of all, we need to get rid of these arms to get the mechanism out. And therefore, if you look here, don't know if you can see it properly, but there's here a little bolt. Sorry for the noise, but there is a motor meeting going on, so they are passing through here. So I have to loosen this up. Yep, let me do it like that. So you have to loosen that up. Okay, normally it's loose, you see. And it's still the original from SVF. So I'm glad. As you can see, the bolt is there. Okay, we take the other one off. Same procedure here, but you see, this one clicks, the other one was fixed. And just turn that bolt off. Okay, that's done. What we do have now is two nuts, one left and one right. That's 14. See here a little cap on, so don't lose that. Take that from the other side too. Okay. Don't scratch the paint. Why I'm taking this off? Because there's on the other side rust. So I have to address that, because I don't like rust, especially on old cars. And I put some new rubbers in. I've already bought them. Oh, they are fixed, man. Okay. So we have this. Then we can take off this cap too. Normally this rubber sits only on it. There it is. It's rock hard. So I will replace it. Then we go back to the other side. Here we have the other one. Oh, a lot of motorcycles here. I guess they passed already with 200 today. It's one after the other, and there's a gas station just nearby, so yeah, they stop a lot. But what the heck, we are working, not enjoying the nice weather today. It climbed already up to 10 degrees, 12 degrees, but that's in the sun and I'm inside, so that's a little bit colder. So the nut, the little cap here, I have to be careful that I don't nick it. There it is. And then we take off this rusty piece here. Oops. As you can see, it's all cracked up, so and it's hard. You see it's broke already, so yeah, that's done. But I have new ones, so that's okay. So on the inside we have the wiper motor. Here's the ground, but I will keep that. I think I will search for another wire to make it a little bit longer. And this is just holding up with a 10. It's really loose. I didn't lose that before, so... Oh man. A washer. They put a rubber plug on that for the vibrations. As you can see, but that rubber is still good. So this is loose. Now the only thing I have to do is get them out. So that's so. Always take pictures of your wires, but here they have cut the wires and put another switch on it, but I will restore that to the originality. So I took pictures, otherwise the numbers are here. 53, 31B, 53A. I hope I can take it out now, but I guess that one will be in the way. I've seen they have done it before, but yeah. Well, for now, I'll just take those off. I think if I get rid of this one, that will go away, so that will come out, so I will loosen this up too. Oops, that's the old washer that broken too. Okay, there's a little screw there, but that's from the steering guide inside, so I have to loosen that up too. And then this little support, this bracket can get out of the way. Okay, that's loose. Put your bolt back in. Okay. Normally now, I can take it out. Yep, there it is. An extra tip today. You see? I'm putting it all together. And now they cannot walk away. Okay, let's see how bad the rust is. I'm gonna take my lamp here, it's a little bit... At this side, no rust. At this side we have a little bit of rust, so that is an easy one. So we have the mechanism of the wipers out, and we got these arms. I will try to refurbish them. We'll see if it still fits on there. But first of all, we will dismantle this and keep all the little stuff here in a little bucket of cigars, yeah. And write it down for what it is, otherwise if you lose one thing, that's another thing then. Okay, let's first bring this wiper out. Okay, there's a little thingy. As you can see, there's a little thingy on, but I guess normally that this is melted on. Yeah, I will search for that. If someone knows if this is normally is melted on this wiper arm, Let me know in the comments, please. So, to take this out, 2 screws here. We pull them completely out because I will clean them up and grease them in before I assemble it again. And you got the first arm. What I do is taking pictures of the whole unit, and then I mark it with left or right or whatever it came from, so you will know at your pictures what side it is. We have here that little bolt. Yeah, that's a 6, and you just click it open, then you can turn it out. For the spring here, you can push that out, then you have the spring and this little plate if it won't comes out. We do that later. Oh. So we have here the mechanism from the wiper arms, so that can be painted again. Yeah. Okay, that's one. I did already the other. I will not bore you with two things that I do the same. But now we will disassemble the wiper arms to get the engine out and to clean it up, taking these dents out, refurbish it, see how it is inside. But as you can see, very nice condition, no rust. It's like coming from the factory. So okay, let's take this rubbers off. They are very hard. Oh yeah, very stiff. I mentioned one thing, I didn't mention one thing before. If you have pieces, put them in a bag so you can lose them, even the bolts, but I will keep them because I need to do some other thingies here. So this is a little washer that comes here, and you lay that at the side. On the other side, oh, this rubber is just so worn out. Okay, this is the other side. Let me take this one and lay it here. Okay, normally this will be a 14. Yeah, but it's a little bit tricky to loosen them up. I'll try it like this. Oh, that goes for nothing. They were not tightened so tight, so I'm happy. If you have problems to get it off, have a trick, and otherwise you use a ratchet. This ratchet is in the key, so that's a plus. You don't need that big ratchet and all the tools. So this is two tools in one. Okay. This is off. Then we can take this washer out. Okay, lay it aside. You'll see in a moment why I do that. This one will be a little bit difficult, I guess. Let me see if I have a 14. I don't know if this will be the one. It's not 14, but it's helping me a lot. Just a tube with 6 corners. Let's replicate another key. So we do a little bit with WD-40. You didn't see it, guys. So I took this off. It's not 14, but almost, but I got the job with that. And we have the nuts here and a washer. Let's turn this over. And if you see here, there's a little clip. Yeah. What we will do with that is just pry a screwdriver in it, and it comes off. Put that directly in your case. And then we have a washer. And that's all. Now I will try to get that off. Yeah. These arm out. And this arm out. So this came from here. This arm out and this arm out. And the whole mechanism is loose. Yeah. Lay that aside. Now it's the fun part. So this is the first time that I'm opening this. Oh yeah, I see it. There's a little nut here, and that other nut here is a 14, and it slithers in, what must I call that? Shaft? No? A hole there, and you can take it out through that big hole. So I will loosen up that little one there. I guess it's 8. And that's loose already. Same deal, put it directly in. And now 14 here. Now you just slither it out, put that little bolt out, return a little bit that engine. Then it comes out. So it stood here and I turned it over. Okay, now that's the back plate. We'll lay that aside for a moment. Now we're just going to see how it is inside. Just ply here a screwdriver and work it a little bit up. And then it goes open. As you can see, it's still beautiful inside, except for the dents here. I will try to get them out as much as possible. For the rest, I don't see anything very strange. Yeah. So these are the two for the bristles. So they are in place there and there. I don't see anything special, so I will keep this tight. It's still the original Bosch, German, and it's only grease that there's on. So if I clean that off, it will be like new. This side is cleaned up, this side is not. So wow, this is in a very great condition. That's because there is grease on it. That's always a good sign, grease. Maybe, I don't know if it's possible to open this. Normally yes, but then I have to get rid of this, but that is tampered on, so man, that's looking good for a 55 volt wiper motor. So we lay that aside. Now we're going to take this one. If you don't have anything to clean, you can always use WD-40 and look at this. Right. So let's see how bad it is. So we have dentation here and we have dentation here, a big one. Okay, I took a piece that I use for sheet metal work. Take some paper towel. We just put it over it. Like that. Now we have paper on it. Why? I don't want to kill this. We'll see if that goes along. This one is out. That's one. Don't go too nasty on it. I just want to keep the old one. And as you can see, this one is already almost gone. So this one is gone. Still have to do some work here. And this is just a tool. This is a hammer they use to knock out the window from a bus. You have to be very careful because this aluminium is stretching out. And the paper helps so it will not be damaged. I know I cannot get rid of all of it. So we will use now a long bolt. On the inside you can see it, but on the outside you will not see it. You have to be careful. Don't need more. It's already better looking than before. Now we take just I was wrong before. You need to put that first up here and this one clicks in. So you have to push this in and then take it off. Okay, learned something new again. Okay, that wiper washer, that wiper engine is good. I will reuse it. Okay, now we clean up the rest. This one, I don't think it needs much. Just a little bit cleaning. I just put some soap on it. Look at all the dirt that comes off. Okay, let's do the other side. And that's clean. So we can put on this engine again. So I have to turn it to the one side. I have to put it in like that. Now the washer has to be above the iron plate, so know if you can see it. So here is your washer here. It must be above it. Okay, now we take our little nut here. Just tight. Don't overkill it. This one. Just tight, like it was before. So the engine is already back in its place.
Careful. Oops.
This is the first wiper arm that I pulled off here. So I will open this up. Hopefully it's not stuck. Yeah, it's okay. There's a little bit of rust, but we will get rid of that. This one just turns here on the other side, but that is bent, so I have to fix that. I don't know if it's normal that it's go around, I guess so, but let's clean this first up and just use some gasoline here and a copper brush. I guess in one way or another that little iron here, if you can see the marks now, I guess it has been stuck in one way. So we pull this nut off. It's a long thread, I know, but I don't know if it will go off. Otherwise I will leave it there, right to the place it went off. So I guess this had to stay in a place here because I see this all knocked in. So I guess it has to stay at one place. So we'll see that where it has to go. But first of all, I have to bend it back. I want to get this as flat as it can be. Okay, so this is how it looks. I see a little bit wear here, and if you put that in now, so this is fairly hard. So I guess there's some rubbish in here. So let me take something. Take a brush like that, so you can clean that up very easily. Put a little bit of gasoline in it. It's just a brush with nylon. That's all. Can get it everywhere in a shop. It's a little bit of 600 grit. It goes very hard, so I guess this is a little bit bended. Let me see. Okay, this is a little bit bended, so it's going that way. Okay, let me hit it with something and we'll be back. And now I guess that will be better. And that's going better, but I don't know. Now we take some grease. I will not do it here, but I will do that later. because I just want to get it back together. That little washer there. Okay. Look to the other side. I still let it on because I want to know how it sits. So on the other side, go in, dab that little grease on there, then a little washer. Okay, now the fun part, the clips. There it is. This one is done. I will do the rest. This is the biggest screwdriver I have to take that clips out. So I took my little knife here. Nope. I can start all over again. Take it from me, guys. This is very difficult. Oh, okay now. It's off. Oh my God. This is the little piece, the little spring. Don't lose it. And now I guess there's still a ridge there. I'll clean these off. Yeah, that's off. So now that's clean. A little bit of surface rust. Just again, some little grease. Washer. Let's grease this in. Give a little more grease here. All the other grease is gone. Wipe the extended grease off. And then we put that little clip, this one. It's a very small clip. Yeah, we put that back on. Watch out that you don't lose it. It's hard to get it off, but it's also hard to get it on, I guess. Let's take a little screwdriver here. And that falls in place, so this is stuck again and very smooth. So that's done. So for this one, always remember how it sits. So it's always a priority to take pictures. At first, as you look here, this is dented in. This is a bubble here. So here we have a bubble too, and the dentation here. So the bubble must go with the bubble, and this little corner here, this bended place must be here. So lay it down, take some grease again, put it around the axle here. Okay, take our washer, turn that around, put that other one back on it, A little grease, then that washer again, then the clips. This one is already hard to get on. Too much grease at my hands. It won't go in. Now it's in. Okay, and make sure it's in place. Now we're going to put back this together. Washer in here. Here a little bit of grease. Washer. Okay. A little grease. Washer. And then the clips. That's in. So now take the other washer, put that in, put that on, then this nut. But now we have to see where it has to go, because it's not the same. Let me turn this back on. Now if you look very good, this arm is not straight, so it has to be straight, horizontal with this. So I have to turn that nut out, and as you can see, here and here must be the same. So this is now horizontal with this one. Put the nut back on and we fix it. It don't have to be very tight. And always tighten it a little bit more up, like that. Just snug it, that's all. Now we have this washer. It's a banded washer that goes over the top here. Let me find those new rubbers and be back. So I have the new rubbers here. They came from BBT, number 2420. It's BBT from Belgium. Don't know in your country if you have BBT, I guess so. So we have 4 rubbers. We have the ones that goes on the outside, and these are from the inside. So we take one from the inside. You can see here they were smushed. And yeah, okay, stay on please. So this is how they sit in. Like that. Okay. So these are not original, but they fit very well, as you can see. But when they are pressed down, then no fluid can go in. So a little washer on here. Let me set this aside. Same deal here. It must be almost horizontally, so I have to turn that in. Measure it up, and we have here 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters 3, so it has to come out like that. 2, 1. Yeah. So another washer, that nut, make sure you have the right threads. Okay, now that's on. And again, just tight, not over tighten it. Well, this is assembled, but I still don't know what it's doing here and why it's turning. Oh, I forgot something. You see? Oh no, it's afterwards. I didn't forget. My bad. Now that other rubber here. Like this. Okay, that's done. But I will try it now. Put some electricity on it and see how it turns and what this will do. Let me set up and we'll be back. So I have the power on here, ground. On top the plus, that's for the end position. If I switch that to the other one and gave it ground, so that turns, but I don't know if you can see, it doesn't do anything. So I don't know why this piece is on, because that was fixed and it could not turn, I guess. So the only thing I can guess is it's a guiding. That's really strange why it's up there. Let me get those wires off. So that's strange. It cannot be fixed because this is fixed. Well, I will leave it like this, but I guess it's for guidance that it's... If someone knows, hit me up. I always can take it out again, but I will leave it for now. It will not do any harm because it just rotates. And like I said before, I will not use that much. So this is the wiper engine with the mechanism for a 6-volt oval. And this is in a very nice condition, as you can see. First I will do the rust on the body where the holes are. There's a little bit of rust on the left side, the driver's side, and I will fix that, and then we can put that back on. So the mechanism is done. It's ready to be built in, but that will be in a later stadium. I just want to do that rust. I guess that will be in the next video. So I will see you on the next video, and take care all, and remember, it's just a hobby.